of situation. Um, I personally believe that these doctors don't know what they're doing. They try to make them as shots. I don't think that's safe. Actually, I'm really worried about the efficacy of injecting these vaccines into your body. I really do think they need to be smoked and snorted to be to have a full encompassing effect. Because here's the problem, with these vaccines, it may take a long time for some of these nefarious chemicals to really take hold. And who has time for that anymore? You know what I'm saying? We have so much going on in our modern day life that I don't really have time for vaccines to really kick in per se. So I've been instead of injecting, I've just been snorting. I've been bathing in vaccines. I've created a vaccine lotion that I've been rubbing onto my body. And I feel that it's really good. It absorbs in your pores really well. So I just want to urge everybody, if they're out there trying to live a holistic life and they're trying to, clean up their...
Go for a little run.
Go for a little run. Get outside. Get some
those
air.
Pores up.
Yeah. If you're out there trying to do...
Lotion.
Yeah, if you're trying to do anything quote-unquote healthy, I urge you to take a step back and read Dr. Fauci's information.
I heard you touch on the Kool-Aid thing.
Yeah, the Kool-Aid, you want to put that in your bath water.
Pertinent information.
Because it's got some incredibly strong dyes that are artificial, and they're actually classified as a poison. Now, you want to get used to these poisons.
Breaks down the walls of the coronavirus.
Right. And so what you want to do is you kind of want to build up a tolerance to some of these poisons. So I would say, the CDC may recommend, you should only have a certain amount of glyphosate in your system. But I'm thinking that they're just playing it safe. And I would like to see maybe double.
Those are rookie numbers. We need to pump those numbers.
They're incredibly rookie, and I'm thinking how woke are these people you're talking about? I know for a fact that if I don't have enough fluoride, I start questioning things again. I'm thinking the JFK files. I'm thinking about all this stuff, and it's it's uncomfortable to sit there and think for yourself, because then you got to think for yourself. I'd rather have somebody tell me how to think because I want to know that I'm safe and that my thoughts are safe. And I'm not wrong thinking. And I just don't trust myself to think anymore. So I think the government has a better game plan. They definitely are looking out for our best interests. The government's great. They're in bed with China and all these communists. It's just so perfect. So I'm just trying to double up the dosage in the water supply for everybody and make sure they get enough vaccines. And, it's just a movement I'm trying to create.
We could really use more pollution.
Yeah, exactly.
More pollution in the rivers.
Well, because the whole problem
because
with
there's the countries that they've got the super polluted rivers.
Right,
they're fishing out of these things.
That's what I'm saying. And why should we let them beat us in anything? We're America, right? So why should the Communist Party beat Americans? We're Americans, aren't we? Right? Even Net TV, you're an American.
They've got the numbers. We've got the heart. God damn
That's
it.
exactly it. So if they think that these dirty, nasty corporations can pollute the streams faster than we can as a nation, as the general public, then they're wrong. I've got just as much access to glyphosate and all these chemical fertilizers and stuff. I'm thinking about dumping some into my own water supply and just kind of, I was thinking about harvesting rainwater.
You got to push that shit out of the way at the CVS.
Yeah, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to harvest rainwater at my own house and then personally add in the correct dosage of fluoride. Because I've just been questioning things too much lately, and I think that my IQ points have only dropped about 5 points, and I'm looking to get anywhere from about 8 to 20 points down. And so I'm thinking about if I double up the dosage, that I could probably get to that point at some point.
That's how you avoid the mind control.
That's exactly it. Yeah. You need a bit of the poison. I was thinking about eating a little bit more aluminum particulates because they're building these 5G towers, and I was thinking, if I have more aluminum in my diet, if I start eating more Frosted Flakes that have the iron and the aluminum particulates in there, I was thinking that I could build enough in my system where I'd get a better signal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where because I was worried, because to be honest, I was worried that they didn't put the 5G tower close enough to my house. And so I was like, what gives? You're going to give my fucking neighbor a better signal? This is bullshit, So I was thinking there's got to be a way for me to get a better signal. So I just started amping up the aluminum particulates. What are you guys doing? What are you doing, Freedom Grower? Are you working on some of this stuff? Net TV, Benderino, are you guys working on any of this stuff? I'll be damned if I don't get an awesome 5G signal. It would just make me livid if I just couldn't get an awesome 5G signal. And so, I'm I'm not gonna sit around and waste.
It seems like you're doing good. This is running fast.
You catching
man.
the signal? You
this
good?
is running fast.
That's what I'm talking about. If anybody doesn't know, I'm hanging out with my buddy here. He happens to be a 5G specialist, and he told me that
And
he's
we
been-
are not talking about money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now $5,000. We're talking about 5G. He happens to be a 5G specialist, and this is a special interview right now. We're about to interview a 5G specialist. He's actually been working on 7G, and he's only allowed to disclose the fact that he's working on 6G. But
that's only because we're working on 10G.
Oh, okay, and that makes a lot of sense, to be honest. And
If I were you, I would lay down on the ground and plug your ears because I just killed myself. And so
yeah, no, I agree with that.
So we'll give it 30, 45 seconds.
Now, so I've been
They'll know.
I've been sourcing my own aluminum right now, and I've been grinding it up because
Okay.
it's much cheaper
Right.
than just to get it from the.
Are you using the magic bullet?
Yeah. Now I bought it off Amazon.
I told them not to sell that at Walmart.
Well, see, I bought it off Amazon because I'm trying to support people like
Okay.
Jeff Bezos that wants to kind of make this stuff.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
wants to advance some of this
The
technology.
divorce really, really killed that guy.
The
man.
the divorce was tough for him.
He
you know,
can't afford it. We can't afford it.
it's such a shame he had to divorce the most highest grossing divorcee. It's a shame that he had to lose such a highest grossing divorcee woman in the world. I love it. She's only she's probably only like a hair beneath Oprah. You know?
I don't know. She might eat ramen for dinner, man.
So as a doctor yourself and a specialist on 5G, what's your opinion on Dr. Phil?
Dr. Phil. Oh man.
His full name is
Now,
Dr.
are we-
Philanthropist.
I think he's doing the world a service.
I think so.
I really do.
So yeah, Dr. Phil.
That's so out of left field. I'm like getting ready to deal with the 5, 7G, 6G. Then you ask about Dr. Phil. I'm like,
That's fine.
all
You know
right,
what?
Where's the correlation here?
Look, we know that
the improv is not strong right now, my friend.
we know that you came here to drop your promo, which has everything to do with 10G. We're not allowed to actually discuss that. So let's just talk about 5G and maybe the possible rolling out of 6G. If you have anything to say about cell phone towers, let us know.
we're gonna wait till China builds up a little bit more.
Nice. That's a great
Yeah,
plan.
Yeah, the 10G I'm hoping will be able to give us cancer from China.
Right, like a direct download.
Right, like
Yeah,
you, like get on your phone
Yeah,
and you
Okay.
just, you open an app,
yeah.
cancer.
All right, nice. No,
and then you're benefiting society. You're on the right network.
yeah, exactly. You're tuned in. You're plugged in.
You're getting to die of cancer, and then you also get to see all of the things that they want you to see because they know better. You know what I mean?
No, I know exactly
we know
what you mean.
better.
So you're dying of cancer, but you also get the benefit of having the app, and you get to see
That's right.
local cancer patients
Which one is the
around
benefit?
you. Yeah, well, you
You
get
know
to
what I mean?
the app that. Okay, so just I don't want to let too much go, but I want to let you guys know that we've been working in partnership with the 5G experts here, and we've been coming up with an app that will actually let you know that which degree the 5G is messing with you and how much cancer it's causing, and you'd actually be able to be a part of a local forum and find local cancer victims, just such as yourself, and so
Okay.
you'd be able to have a network of all these cancer people and be like, hey, I live down the street from the 5G tower. Hey, they just put it in my backyard. I feel really bad. Hey, I've got like a monkey growing off my back. It's like mutated. Be like, dude, me too. And so it's a great way to share resources, share
love it, yep.
information,
Mm-hmm.
and just to share general experiences. Like, hey, I went down to the fishing hole.
You gotta risk the biscuit for the superpowers.
That's exactly it. Because so 1 in 10 is gonna become an X-Men in our projected projections, and so 1 in 10 is gonna be an X-Men, and 9 out of 10 is actually going to have severe mental retardation, and reproductive health problems, and we don't see that as a problem. We actually see that as a way to keep America a little bit more free. So in the name of being free, we're going to have to give up every single one of our rights.
That's actually the name of the app. More free.
More free. Nice. So if you guys
More
want to
free 5G.
Yeah, so usually we wait to plug our stuff until after the show.
I couldn't
but that's
help
fine.
myself.
We're going
I'm
to plug
just
it
so
now.
excited. I'm
So
tickled.
if you guys want to look up More Free 5G, you will find our new app that we got. It's about being more free, and it's about accepting 5G.
Beta. It's in beta.
It's in beta testing because we imagine that everybody's going to check out the 5G for free. It's going to be a beta themselves. And so, it's extremely important that you guys get on board because this is coming to a town near you. There's no way out of this, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing, right?
We're not asking you to do it. You have to.
Yeah.
But it's in beta, so we can't make you yet.
Yeah, it's in beta testing. It's already on your phone. You actually don't have to download the app. The app came with your phone. So I don't care if you're on iOS or Android or if you're using a potato. Whatever it is,
Those are getting more advanced
potatoes are getting much more advanced.
by the day.
Yeah, GMO. We've been working on some GMO potatoes that actually have received cell phone signals, because
We run some of those in the towers.
that's right. Yeah. Well, are we at liberty to disclose some of that information?
Well, alcohol doesn't care, but
Okay. Well, we're gonna let it we're gonna let it out there then. So
We-
so we've been secretly
we're working
powering
on the app. We've
Yep.
got some pull. We've got some pull.
Yeah, so we've been working on the app, and we know that in the future, when people are so cancerous and retarded from all the cell signals and all sort of like the frequency weaponry, we know that cognitive decline is going to be a problem, right? And so we had to find a way to set up the economy based on potatoes. Okay, and I know it sounds ridiculous, and then we've been trained to believe the potato famine was a thing. That was all about cell phone towers. We're here.
We also need to be tolerant of potatoes.
That's exactly it. Potatoes for years have been. People are like, "What are you gonna do? Make potato vodka?" We've dealt with all the criticisms, and we're here to say that we're rolling out our new plan for potato 5G, and potato 6G, potato 10G, and go ahead.
You went further than I did.
Well,
with
what
that.
I was about to say is
I
that
just
for
said we're
years,
using potatoes in the 5G tower.
yeah,
right now.
I think that for years people need to understand that they've been every time that they've used a steak fry device, is that steak fries actually have antennas in them and a higher content of aluminum particulates, and they receive cell phone signals. And so every time you've been eating steak fries, because of the amount of preservatives we put inside of the steak fries, they maintain a cell signal from the time you eat it till the time you crap it out. And so what we've been doing is we've been tracking all of this, and we've been selling the data to Facebook. Okay, and so the data's worth as much as Idaho.
I mean, we love them so much at this point. We're just giving them the data.
Yeah. Essentially, I've been donating data for years. Let's see. Freedom Grower says you can also cross the potato with an aborted baby, so it tastes better. Yes, and so that's true. So the thing is we rolled.
I think that's a plant.
Yeah, we rolled.
No,
this,
I think I think that Freedom Grower might be a plant. How do you know about that?
Yeah, you know what? Freedom Grower might be a plant, but I think he's a double agent. He's working for us and
Double
against us.
agent plant,
But
yeah.
here's the thing though. Double agents are good because in the future, everybody's a double agent because we're all trained to spy on each other. It's a tattletale on everybody. So if you have an idea and you have an idea, that's fine. But as long as nobody's being too free, we don't want
Right.
we don't want anybody coming up with any sort of like ideas.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and adopt that now, and you are fucked when we go back into the office because I'm definitely gonna tattle first.
All right. Yeah. Well, you know what? But that's beneficial. What we need to do is we need to have more tattletales.
Oh, you're not. No, you're set up.
Yeah, we need that. Yeah.
You'll
we
be
need
all right.
we need more tattletales. We need spying. It'll be beneficial for this new system, the new normal. If we could tattletale on our neighbors, I'd like for parents to call the CPC on themselves. I'd like them to report themselves and say, look, hey, my child wanted this for breakfast, but I said, you can't have sugar for breakfast. You have to eat your whatever. You need to report yourself because the fact of the matter is what you need to do is feed your kids a bunch of bleached and bromated bread that has no nutrients in it and needs to have a lot of aluminum particulates so they can actually catch a better 5G signal.
That's right.
And
That's how they'll get to college in the future.
Exactly, because colleges, like everybody knows, there's cell phone towers built. The colleges say, "Hey, let's build a cell phone tower here," because they're, colleges are sellouts, and we know that. And so lot of 4G towers, a lot of 5G towers. What we want to do is we want to go ahead and build the infrastructure to get 10G, and we want to install it in people's houses, in their water systems.
The best part is we don't even have to get to the part where we install a chip in
Right.
everybody's arm.
Right, right.
It'll be so much easier than that.
Yeah, it'll just be
And we're well
everywhere.
on our way.
Yeah, basically, the RFID chip is just going to be for dedicated fans. You know, it's going to be like a fan club where, like, if you're really down with the totalitarian regime, and
It'll
you-
be like a platinum level OnlyFans type of situation.
Only the high rollers,
like the highest
Yeah.
tier Patreon type
yeah,
of situation.
yeah.
You really got to be putting your
Right.
work in.
Right, you've indoctrinated all kinds of people. You've been working for Netflix for years.
At that
you
point,
know,
you don't even need the potatoes.
yeah.
You can focus on other things.
That's exactly it. Yeah, and
You
so
could go back to the classic ground up shredded aluminum.
that's
if you
exactly.
wanted.
Yep. Yeah. Or you can.
Pump that signal up a little bit more.
Right, exactly, and that's all it's about in the future. In the years to come, it's going to be all about your signal. So, you know, if you don't have a good signal now, that's okay. We can outfit you with a better signal, but you just need to make sure that you're pumping up the dosage of the vaccines. The vaccine's got the mercury in it. It's got all that stuff. I mean, where else are you going to go for a good supply of mercury? I mean, do you know where to go to get some mercury? It's outlawed practically. The only place I get mercury is in a vaccine.
Well, we could. Did you want to cover that now, or is
We can cover it now. I mean, if we want to get to it. Because, so we have some information that we're breaking. This is breaking news about the global supply of mercury.
there
you wanna tell
are
'em?
no more thermometers?
We've had to cancel thermometers. For one, we got
It
to...
was just extra mercury out there that we needed to make sure that we had.
And people are starting
We
to
need
free think.
yeah,
And
they're
they
starting
were...
to free think.
Well-
What if they don't like it?
Well,
But
no,
if we
well-
get it, we can we can.
A lot of the test subjects have noticed that when we updated the mandatory information on global warming, they said, well, you know, I've got this thermometer outside, and it's ran by mercury. It's all analog, and I've been recording the data, and it seems like, you know, the Earth isn't getting any hotter, and we're not going through any sort of global warming things. You know, we can't have anybody thinking for themselves because that's a danger to their true freedoms.
Right.
So if you... And Freedom Grower knows this. That's why he's such a freedom kind of guy, is that you can't...
It's in his name. I
Exactly.
Mean,
You
guy.
can't- yeah, you
this
can't-
is when Tingy. This guy's a key player.
Yeah.
He's a key player for the chip.
There's definitely a position open for you in our company. I will say we've got a spot.
It's an
position
immediate
open.
interview.
Immediate interview, and we've got a space for you because we like the way you think / don't think. Actually, you know, here's the thing: in the future, you won't have to be bogged down by thinking for yourself. You
That's
know,
the beauty of it.
it's such a long process to sit there and think of something for
It'll
yourself
just be so efficient.
to be told what to think, right?
Right.
So if we can go ahead and just come up with a system that would tell people comfortably in a way that's brought to them in their home, and they could relax and eat popcorn and just kind of be told what to think, you know, that's this kind of world, this utopia that we're going for, and we plan to roll it out soon, very soon. The coronavirus is part of it.
Well, Dr. Jack couldn't have said it any better myself.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And yep. So it is what it is. I'm gonna throw on another record, and then we're gonna go. I'm gonna throw on another record. We'll go back to story time. We'll tell a story. I think up for story next. I just want dangerous thoughts.
What's
I just want. I can't stress enough that everybody make sure that they're getting.
I'm trying to think of one that's not free enough.
Yeah. You got to come up with a story that's not free enough. You don't want to inspire anybody. I will say you might cause some dangerous thoughts.
What's something that somebody made me do?
Exactly. Yeah. You want to tell an authoritarian sort of story where it wasn't your idea, but you got dragged along and you had a terrible time. But in the end, it was important because it helped the greater good.
Even if I didn't know it, I was a part of that.
That's exactly it. You know. So I'm gonna put on a record here, dedicated to the police. They have it out that. Tuna's got the mercury. You really need to vet. defunding the police would be a good idea, Steve, and that you want to defund the police, but we're thinking much bigger, and so we agree with you guys that defunding the police would be a good idea because what we're thinking is that we already have a far better technocracy standing in wait, and so if we could just get people to defund the police, we can take some of that money and use it towards spying on you in your home, just to make sure that your freedom is a little bit more accurate. We want to make sure you're accurately
It would
free.
be better if you could pay for those systems yourself.
I agree. Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
that just
that's
makes
true.
it
Yeah,
easier.
that's true. So what we plan to do is we're going to defund the police, but we're going to raise your taxes, and we're going to use that tax money. We're going to tax your checks about 80%, and we're going to take that and we're going to use that to funnel into these voluntary protection brackets that will just make sure that everything you're doing inside of your own house and is just nice and free. We don't want you to be unfree and have sort of some of these thoughts where you're thinking for yourself, because we know that if you think for yourself, you may start to question the system, and that may not be good for your neighbor who's trying to just keep up with the Joneses, and they're afraid to collect rainwater because it's illegal, and we don't want you to grow a garden because if you grow a garden, you might start thinking about life and start thinking about how wow, I could provide food for myself. Those are dangerous thoughts. And we want to make sure that we curb stomp any sort of people who have these three free sort of thoughts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
absolutely a danger to the society if anybody knows how to grow any food. And we want to make sure that you can't harvest any rainwater.
Some of the worst.
Some of the worst
Some
people.
of the worst.
Yeah, some of the worst people I've
How-
ever met in my entire life. They just wanted to.
How is anyone else supposed to have a job?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How
How are they gonna? How are we gonna tax that
exactly
to
it.
benefit you?
Yep. Yeah. And
if
how
you already know how to do it just by yourself?
And furthermore, how are we going to make personal property illegal to the point where you have to share everything with everybody when you have a garden and you have a house? I mean, it's racist to even have a house. I think that's just so awful. If you're in any sort of Caucasian ethnicity, what you need to do is you need to give up your house because Black Lives Matter.
I'd really, really like to work on absolutely privatizing
All things.
all things.
Yeah.
all things.
And that's the least we could do.
Specifically, I just no more hunting,
No,
no more
yeah.
fishing.
Oh, yeah, just hunting is absolutely absurd. I think it's awful that wildlife doesn't wear a mask. I think it's
That's the worst part. Some of them even travel in herds.
I've heard that. And I think that their herd immunity is a threat to our herd immunity. We make sure that we don't have a herd immunity.
We don't need that competition.
That's right. And
We need to make sure that we're safe first.
And meat like deer and bison and buffalo and elk is just too lean, and that's too healthy. And so what we need to do is we need to make sure that if you're eating any sort of health food that may stimulate your brain in a way where you start to question things and sort of see through some of these false narratives, and that's unhealthy for the population. So what we need to do is we need to make sure people are just eating McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
I can't recommend McDonald's enough. If you haven't heard, their double cheeseburgers are called McDoubles. You can find them on their dollar menu. They used to be on the dollar menu. They're now more expensive because we printed more money from the Federal Reserve.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So our value, the dollar, has gone down a lot. But you shouldn't place
It's
any.
the way it goes. Don't.
That's
not a
totally
problem.
natural.
You
Yep.
guys, you won't have to worry about that.
Yep.
You won't have to worry about that part.
Exactly, because in these FEMA camps that we've set up, we're not gonna have to worry about any of that at all. You won't have to make a choice anymore. You won't have to make all these confusing decisions of like, where am I gonna live? What am I gonna eat? What am I gonna do for a living? We will tell you.
And also, absolutely every product that we consume, all of it imports.
All of it.
So-
Yeah.
so
Just yeah.
con-
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't stress enough how good for the global economy it is for us to import all of our goods here to America. And I think any sort of American good that we produce here, we should stop and probably throw it in the trash because it's obviously inferior. Because here's the problem. How's China going to make any money if we sell a product here in America and it lasts a lifetime?
It doesn't make any sense.
How's China going to make any money off that? There's no
They
way.
can't. There's no way, man.
So what we need to do is we need to keep allowing China to sell our and steal our intellectual property.
Yep.
So if I come up with an idea,
Mhm.
why should that be my idea? I should share that with the Communist Party.
We'll just have a direct line set up.
That's right.
Anytime you have an idea, something a little too.
That's
little
right.
Too free.
Yep. Yeah. So what we're
It'll
thinking
have
about.
it'll have a screen so you can.
Yeah. Yeah. What we're gonna do is.
We're hoping you won't even have to sign away.
Yeah.
Any intellectual property.
Right. For every
The
IP
idea
address.
is that they'll just be able to know once we get the towers.
Well, with good partners.
They'll get better with time.
Well, with good partners like Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff, I'm pretty sure that all of our data goes to the CCP. So the Chinese Communist Party, they already have as much as they need, and if they need any more help or any more information, we're here to help, and we could clarify any of that stuff. If there's any sort of intellectual property that they want that maybe they don't have, we're here to help, and we want to help out those out there that really just want to give up their rights, because we understand that rights stand in the way of true freedom.
Right.
Like when you're able to
Let us help you, because then you don't have to help yourself.
Exactly. We understand that private property is a problem, and it's just not safe for somebody to have their own property. And even worse than that, I think it's absolutely.
How can we protect you?
That's exactly it. And I think that it's absolutely absurd that in 2020 people could have private property and that they could have guns to defend themselves.
Don't get me started on the guns.
How is the Chinese Communist Party supposed to come in and take your stuff if you're able to defend yourself?
What if somebody shoots at them? We can't have that.
That would make us look so bad. We've already got Joe Biden. He's been talking to Beijing. He's Beijing Biden. He wants to work with the CCP. He wants to make this big deal with the Chinamen, and it is what it is. We need to stand out of the way of progress.
Mm-hmm.
If we want this nation
stand out of the way.
Stand out of the way.
Our progress.
Stand down and stand out of the way. What you need to do is, we've already admitted in the past 4 years that Trump is literally Hitler, and that everybody needs to give up their guns. So I think it's time for people to literally give their guns up to Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
And just because we can't be trusted making our own decisions, having our own sort of protection, because what's one man's protection other than another man's blocking of stealing your rights? I should be able to come. It's my right to be able to come to your house.
It's a bad taste in my mouth.
And take what I want from your house.
Mm-hmm.
That should be my right, and the government shouldn't be able to step in and say that you can protect yourself.
Right.
So I just think that we need to stand up for our rights and tell the government, "Hey, government, fuck off." We can screw ourselves. I'm just so sick of the government coming in and trying to screw me over when I've got it. I could do this shit myself. I listen to Joe Biden and Joe Rogan. I'm here to throw my own rights away. I'm just tired of the CCP thinking they could do it better than me. I'm down for good old-fashioned American exceptionalism. I want America to stand for what it used to be, and we can do everything better than any other country in this world. So what we're going to do is we're going to do communism better than they can do it. I see you, China. I see you want to be all communistic, and I'm here as an American to tell you that we're going to do it better than you.
And that's right, Freedom. We have actually considered making new currency.
That's right.
That is much more like monopoly money. It's smaller. It's more convenient.
It's more efficient.
It's not real.
It's trackable. It's not real, but it's also trackable. So
and net sharing is caring.
That's right.
Share all of it.
That's right. Yeah, we're going to share all of it. We're going to share every bit of the resources, because that's what we're about. We want, if you're some sort of person out there with an idea and you're creative and you make a business, you need to share that with everybody who's not involved with that. So, if you made a business from the ground up and you got about 50 employees, you need to pay every single American a portion of that. They need a cut, because they deserve it, because some of these Americans have sat and worked very hard to sit on their butts and to drink
I was so scared you were going to say that they'd actually worked. You've scared me for a second.
See, we've alleviated a lot of this strain that work puts on people. And so we've learned that if you really want people to comply and be a part of this totalitarian regime that's totally friendly and kid friendly, it's good for all nations on the globe. if you really want people to be a part of it, you have to make them want it. You know. So there's no other way to make somebody want it than just to make it the only option available.
Exactly.
Because
It's that simple.
it's just that simple. You know, we've done tests. We had a test. We had a group of 5 scientists and 2 other people, and they tested these 2 other people, and they had one option to get out of a burning building alive. That was their only option. Like you could survive,
Right. Yep.
or we're gonna kill you. And most of them decided that they wanted to live.
Right.
I mean, we killed them, but the thing was is that
Right.
we realized that if you give them the option to opt out, they
Mhm.
will. And so we've learned that the only option that you can give somebody
The
who's
second try, the
Right.
second test, same 5 scientists, researchers,
yep,
was a total success.
yeah, we actually did we did a third test where we actually tested the scientists who ran the
Right.
the operations, and we did the same thing with them. And
The second and the the third test, the third test, just no doors.
yeah, no
It
doors
worked out
whatsoever.
great.
Yeah, they burned. But it's important because we illustrated the fact that if you give a human a way out, they will most likely go for the way out. And so we learned that you can't give them a way out.
Right.
Yeah, you have to basically write the rules, control the opposition, and then control the other opinion, and argue yourself in the public forum, and just get the average Joe to kind of like pick a side, even though it doesn't matter, because the fact of the matter,
Right.
we just want them to argue.
Right.
Yeah. It's incredibly important that people vote for their own demise. But the thing being is that we've learned that we can get a 100% approval rate if we only put one option on the table. Death or whatever else we want.
It's beautiful in its simplicity.
It is, and I don't understand how we didn't come up with this earlier. It's an incredible...
It's embarrassing.
It's
that's a little
embarrassing. We've been working for years. There's been hierarchies since, ever since the day is long. There's been the Illuminati, the Illumina Amish. The Amish got in on it.
Yep.
There's been just so many groups over time that understood this, and only now have we been able to fully unveil our plan and just make sure that everybody's down with it and we're all having a great time, and just to make sure that nobody's really thinking for themselves, because that's a problem.
I just got so excited about it. I feel like we really got loose with the information, but
Yeah,
it's. I guess it doesn't really matter, or it won't soon. So
yeah,
don't worry about that.
it's all forced. Yeah, it's all part of the plan, and you can't opt out. And that's the greatest part, is that we're going to have full cooperation. So our stats are going to be great. We're going to be able to say things like, never in history has there been such a popular idea or popular politician or popular whatever. We had a 100% approval rate. We had a 100% voter turnout because, the elections are a fraud.
Right.
We rolled out election fraud this year on 2020 just to kind of test it out. And it seems that the beta testing is going pretty well.
Oh, it's going so well.
Everybody's incredibly happy with the voter fraud. It couldn't have gone better. Joe Biden is quoted as saying that they came up with one of the best voter fraud brackets in history, and I stand behind that 100%. I couldn't imagine a world where we could fraud any more or any less, because it's a complete fraud. So I'm just incredibly happy with the turnout. You know what I mean?
It really, after a long day
Yeah.
of taking away rights and
Right.
just pushing down this path,
For
the hard path
for the good of the world.
for the good of the world.
Yeah.
It really just makes it easier to go home, and then you just eat the big dinner of potatoes.
Yeah.
It's
GMO potatoes all day
we're-
long.
we're not hypocrites.
Right. Yeah, we're part of it.
We're right there with you.
Yep.
We're just like you.
I'm practically magnetic. I've consumed so many aluminum particulates. I sprinkle them in. My teeth.
That's the most dangerous part
Yeah.
about us sitting this close to each other.
Right.
Is the magnetism? Is that?
Yeah. Social
That was-
distancing isn't a problem
That
for
was
us.
hard to work out.
Yep. Yep. It's really tough, but once you get used to the aluminum particulates in your diet,
Mm-hmm.
it becomes a little bit more normal, a little more predictable. The bloody stool is you learn that that's a normal part of the aluminum
I
particulates.
can't wait till I can't wait
Till the general public can appreciate
the
that
general
too.
public can have access to the their. So imagine an MRE, right,
Right.
or powdered food like
Right.
powdered milk.
Yeah. Which all
It's
food
just-
is
it's
going to be
everything
now.
you need in one bowl.
Right. Government approved.
Just add fluoride.
Yep. Just add. Yeah. You add your own fluoride.
Mhm.
So the old ones we found out were too healthy because people were adding water, and so the least we could
It's
do is
almost a disaster.
right. So the least we could do is recommend that you add fluoridated water. But if you don't have access to that, since we know that it's super weak, you might as well just go with the pure fluoride solution. And we've included a packet of emergency fluoride for any time that you may start to question things or maybe start to think that, hey, maybe the government doesn't have the best interest out for the people.
And
We-
now, so I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So all I said is that, with our new stimulus package, we're going to actually send out a personal package of emergency fluoride. So anytime that you question things, you start to think for yourself, you could actually instantly add this to water. What you do is you add it to a 20-ounce bottle of water and you shake it up and you ingest that. You won't have any thoughts of your own or question anything for at least 2 weeks.
It's absolutely amazing.
And we send you one once a month because we do believe that there's so much fluoride in the system, and aluminum and particulates and thimerosal and chemtrails, all that kind of stuff, right? That we think that you get the amount that you need. But if there's ever a time that maybe, maybe you got stuck in some sort of like holistic neighborhood where, they're using natural plant medicines and you've been eating organic, if there's ever an emergency like that, you will have this personal supply of fluoride that you will receive once a month to be able to mix with a 20-ounce bottle of water and ingest. And I'm telling you, for 2 weeks, guaranteed, you won't have any thoughts of your own.
It's
You won't
perfect.
question anything.
It's almost perfect. Now, Freedom, I saw you said the voter fraud is awesome. We love being able to vote for who we select, right?
That's exactly it.
See, it's going to get easier than that.
Yep.
You won't even have to vote.
Exactly. In the future, we know who you're going to vote for, and so we're not
Right.
going to run.
We'll already know.
Yeah, we're not going to open elections. We have AI technology that actually is going to be able to determine who wins the vote. And so what's going to happen is we're just going to have these AI technologies run these algorithms, and no one's going to participate. Everyone's going to stay at home because we need you to socially distance, even from, machines. Because the machines at this point, they're so smart with the AI technology that we don't want you to interfere with the elections. So we can't have anybody actually vote anymore because we were
Right.
so scared in 2016 that the Russians interfered with the elections
Mhm.
that we don't think it's okay for even Americans to interfere with the election.
Right.
So the American government is going to pick who they want to run the country because we can't stand this voter fraud. I mean, I can't.
Right. It's
stand
just gone too far at this point.
when the
guys.
average American has a voice and they're able to voice their opinion and tell you who they want to run the country. That's when you know you have a problem. It makes me sick to my stomach to just imagine. It almost makes me as. It also makes me as sick as when I imagine wildlife not wearing masks. They're total
There's
heathens.
China now.
Yeah, yeah. China's calling us right now. I think we might have unrolled too much. We've unveiled too much, and that's part of the plan. But it is what it is, That's life for you. It's a dance. You know what I mean? Let's see. Freedom Grower says yes, a bar with all the GMO food and drugs you could ever want. That's exactly it. So we're gonna set up a bar where you can come in and for no money at all because what we're gonna do is we're just gonna charge it directly to your taxes. So you're gonna be able to go show up to this GMO bar and everything is actually made out of GMO corn. But what we've done is we've taken so much plastic and melted it into the shapes of your favorite foods because we realized that you eat with your eyes, right? And so we just want to make sure that it looks like a banana. If it's not the right kind of color, we're just going to go ahead and add the right kind of poisonous dyes to make sure that the color really pops. I want it to jump right off that banana. And I want you to think like, wow, look at that yellow number 5. I really need some of that stuff. And you're going to eat yellow number 5. And really all it is just GMO corn high fructose corn syrup mixed with a little bit of Play-Doh and plasticizers, and dyed with what we used to do was use these poisonous dyes, but we're actually going back to the old school style because we need a better connection to the 5G. So we've been actually using lead. And I know what you're thinking. Doesn't lead block out the signal? I'm like, yeah. But we've come up with a new technology where that we can actually incorporate lead, because we've been trying to incorporate older neighborhoods that don't have 5G towers. And what we've learned about older neighborhoods is that they have sewer systems and piping and plumbing that's connected by lead. So we found a way to actually include lead in the connectivity of the 5G. So, we've got lead paints, we've got poisonous dyes, we've got plastic that we can mold anything in any sort of shape that we want, and we could just make anything out of GMO corn. And so, I don't care what it is you like to eat. We've got a GMO corn version of that. And we're unveiling our new McDonald's all the way plant-based diet that's going to be mandatory, that you guys voted for. That's going to be free to everybody. So we just want to make sure that everybody's getting, everybody's loving it. We want to make sure that you're ba-da-ba-ba-ba, just loving it, Because I couldn't imagine anything that I'd love more than your government-certified food pyramid diet. We've changed the food pyramid to the food pyramid scheme. And what we're going to do is just try to extort everybody based on their health. And so, if you're feeling a little too healthy, if you've been thinking about running a 5K, you've been thinking about doing some marathon running, we're here to tell you, hey, look, these thoughts are normal. Your body's naturally going to go into shock from all these alternative diets. And you're going to want to get healthy. You're going to want to detox. I want to let you know that all those thoughts go away. All right, so after a while, after a particular amount of time, when you stop trying to fight it and trying to be healthy, that eventually the 5G will take over and the aluminum particulates in your diet, and basically this perfect storm that we've come up with, and it'll help you to alleviate yourself from yourself, and you won't have to think anymore. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? So I just want to clarify that that you're getting enough fluoride in your diet. And I just can't stress enough how important it is for this this diet to really catch on, because you don't have a choice, and it's important that you hop in line, because the best way to help out your fellow man is just to don't put up a fuss, and just stand in line. You know what I mean? Billions will be served. That's right. We're going to pick who you need. All right, everybody. I'm about to shut it down. I just wanted to make sure that my message came through, and that everybody's got enough vaccines, and that everybody's hasn't been questioning any of the official narrative. Just make sure you're not questioning any sort of the narrative. Just keep going with it. The stream was really funny. Thanks, I appreciate it, Net TV. Yeah, I think we had a good time. It was a good one. Get out of there, you! Throws me up against the car. All right, folks. Shoves me in the back. Take it easy. Then he goes over to the jock. We're out of here. Much love. We're calling it a night. I started thinking for myself a little bit, so I'm trying to double up the dosage in the water supply. That's very important to me. And I just hope that you guys double up the water supply dosage for you guys as well. Definitely get a booster shot that's going to go ahead and boost your in immunities. Just make sure you take a booster shot that double ups, your dosage, and we want to get rid of your immunity. So we want to give you a shot that is immune immunity. It's got to do all of it. Anyways, much love, folks. We love you. Cheers. Let's see. Do I have a chest to open up? No, I don't have enough in the box here. But I will be sending out personal vaccination stations that will go to every one of my viewers tonight. Everyone's going to get a personal vaccination station. If you look underneath your seat, there's actually already a vaccination station for every single person. You'll be able to administer your own daily shots every day. Daily shots for everybody. That's completely normal. And I'd like you guys to report anybody who's not taking their shots. I need to report them because they're not thinking freely enough. They're not free individuals. I'm sick and tired. Like I said, nothing makes me more upset than seeing wildlife not wearing masks. I think it's absolutely sick to see a herd of buffalo, out there on the plains just being free and not wearing masks. I mean, that's absurd. We know as a civilization that we could be doing better. And I hope that you guys are here to be on the right side of history and, just to make sure that anything organic, you just go and throw that out now. That's garbage. And just make sure you double up the dosage in the water supply. We want you guys getting really sick, but it's a good sickness. You need to really, what do you say? I'm going to report myself just because I could always use more. Yeah. And like I said, I need any sort of parents out there, any sort of family. You understand that families are dangerous because it spreads, these ideas of maybe, we could do something on our own and be self-sufficient, and we don't have to worry about these vaccines and these protocols. That's wrong. And so if you think like that, you need to report yourself. And if you have children out there, you need to call CPC or CPS. Go ahead and call that on yourself. And just let them know that you've been having free thoughts. And at the very least, they can maybe stop by your house and double up the dosage for you and kind of show you how to administer some of these vaccines to help you stop thinking for yourself, because it's really bad. But, that's all I want to tell you guys. I think I got my point across tonight. I think that everybody knows that we need to double up the dosage on the vaccines and at least get some booster shots, and just to kind of beat up our immune system a little bit, so that way we can really be broken down to where this new normal can really seep in and we could feel a part of it. But other than that, I want to let you guys go. Really love you guys. Just make sure you get your booster shots. Definitely get your free flu shot. It's free because the government really wants to help you out with your freedom intake. So you want to make sure you get a lot of free radicals in your system. And that's all we got for you tonight. So we love you guys. Cheers. Much love, Freedom Grower, Net TV, everybody else who came and hung out and listened to the TED Talk seminar. We love you guys, and just make sure that you're not out there thinking for your